All right, so once you've done a needs payout question and we've determined how valuable it is to solve this problem, now we're going to switch over and lay out our discovery project. So you've identified their situation, you've identified their goals, and you've identified what's keeping them from getting to their goals. What I like to do at this stage is say, okay, and I give them a summary back of everything we've talked about. Okay, so you've told me about how you started your business, about how you run, this is your goal, about how this is your problem, and this is why it's important to solve this problem. Here's what I recommend. Again, you're coming from the perspective of the consultant, the strategic partner in their business. You say, here's what I recommend. And you're going to lay out all the things they need to do from now until reaching that goal. What are all the different shifts, the changes to their funnel, the rewording their sales page, et cetera, et cetera. You're going to determine based on what their problem is and based on what their goals are. You're going to tell them, here's what I suggest we do. We're going to want to do this, 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 and this. And then you say, but instead of just jumping into that right now and having you pay me a giant retainer or pay me thousands and thousands of dollars right now, here's what I recommend we do instead. Let's do a small chunk of it and do a discovery project. Now, the point of a discovery project is to establish a benchmark for future business. I do this project. We're going to do the first little step of this. We're going to rewrite this one little email sequence, for example, driving people to purchase this product. Now, we're going to keep this short. It's only going to be 3 or 4 emails. Instead of you charging you thousands of dollars for a full retainer or whatever, let's start with this project. That way, I can get to know what it's like working for you. You can get to know what it's like working for me. And if we like how it is and we can iron out all the kinks there and we want to continue, then we can continue on with the rest of the projects, right? But this is sort of a way to determine whether or not we're going to be a good fit and to get you some quick and easy results so that we can start this thing off right. There's a couple cool things that happen here. When you switch their expectations, you say, hey, instead of charging you $10,000 for a full funnel build out, we're going to do this tiny little discovery project for $850, for example. You've now price anchored it to where they feel like they're not having to pay as much as they thought they did. When they got on the call with you, they expected you to pitch them like a $5,000 retainer, maybe, right? If you show up and you say, no, before we do that, before I allow myself to, jump into bed with you and do this big deal with you, I need to evaluate you first with a discovery project. You reverse expectations and you increase your own personal value. The other cool thing is the discovery project is a great opportunity for you to get it right from the very beginning. If you knock it out of the park with a discovery project and over deliver, their trust in you and your ability to get them the results they want skyrocket. So then when you turn around to partner with them, you're going to be able to get better prices for your services. You're going to get better commissions for your revenue, et cetera, et cetera. That is how you introduce the discovery project. That is the way you do it. Discovery projects are, generally speaking, the way to go. It gives you the ability to have a higher authority. And it also makes it easier to close, and your closing percentage is going to go way down. You want to price your discovery project in a way that it makes a lot of sense. Like they're going to get $10,000 in benefit, and they're only going to pay you less than $1,000 in benefit. That's kind of how you want to approach it. You want to keep the scope small. You want to do a small amount of work. You don't want to do an entire funnel rebuild or anything like that. You want to do just a small piece so that you can evaluate each other and get to know each other. That's what you recommend. So after you've done the questions, you move into that discovery project. You lay out the whole path, and you say, no. We're going to start with just a small project to get to know each other before we move on to the big stuff. And they're going to ask you how much you're going to charge. I'll tell you how to do pricing in the next video. Once they say yes, you'll be able to move forward. But that is what you do after the questions. You introduce the idea of a discovery project.